Our song makes me want to play bass. It makes me. What is that?
It's a nipple. Usually I am a little more prepared and I have my ice ball already out of the mold. Do you know how it is really hard to get these out of the mold?
Is it like rubber, like flip it?
Yeah, silicone. You gotta give it a good working around the sides.
While he's doing that, I'm Mike.
I'm Brendan.
This is Two Dudes Wearing Hats. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you go to 2dwh.com, like, subscribe. Go to Two Dudes Wearing Hats on Instagram. Follow us there.
I almost got it.
He's got it.
No. There it was.
That's what you get.
Did you hear the plop?
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
That's what you get for needing exorbitant ice. I just use ice, regular ice.
You had a single big cube last week. You were going to get a refrigerator that made the molds. Don't you fuck with me right now.
That's still the people's ice.
I said
that's not your Death Star, Star Wars, George Lucas ice. This is the people's ice.
Whatever.
What are you drinking?
I am still on my little bottle and going to finish out a little more of the Woodford Reserve today. How about you?
I actually am on something new this week. I picked something up over the weekend. This is, first off, delicious. Second off, high proof. Third, surprising cost. This is Benchmark, but this is Benchmark full proof. 125 proof.
Whoo!
Benchmark.
Good Lord.
Yes.
Didn't that used to be like, am I incorrect in thinking, did that used to be have the number 8 involved in its title? Like Benchmark number 8 or?
So I don't know if it still has it on the regular line, but yes. There originally was Benchmark 8. There was an 8 right there. It was an 8-year whiskey.
Gotcha.
It was Eagle Rare Runoff.
Oh,
that's the beautiful thing.
Why did I not know that? Because I love Eagle Rare.
I think you told me that. I
don't think I did because I didn't know that. I could have told you something I just learned.
But no, Benchmark, from what I understand, is just Eagle Rare Runoff. But used to be Eagle Rare Runoff.
Okay.
Used to be 8 years old.
Okay.
Delicious stuff.
So did I.
New Benchmark I can't vouch for as much, but this stuff is their full proof 125 proof whiskey, 62.5% alcohol by volume.
Man, that'll do a number on you there. That's
distilled, aged, and bottled by Buffalo Trace Distillery in Frankfort, Kentucky.
I mean, we're 3 proof off of the Bookers that we used to light on fire for that one cocktail that was so popular. Makes you feel alive.
Some booty on her. God, she's got some booty on her. Good Lord. That is a stout. That's got some bite to it, sir.
Can I ask you how you spell booty?
Boodee.
I really like that. It's like, okay, never mind.
So that's high proof.
Yeah, that's gonna get you there, bud.
That's whiskey you just take a drink and look at. Good Lord.
Right? Or you take another drink.
So, what have you been up to?
It's been rainy, man. I don't know.
We've had this weird mid-spring cold snap. We were in the 70s about 2 weeks ago, and in the past week we've been in like the mid-60s.
I think I saw this message from a friend of mine who is in the meteorology, a meteorologist, if you will. And
hold on. So this person's a meteorologist, right?
Yeah, legitimately a meteorologist.
Okay, they work. They're into meteorology. That's like saying the way you said it though. They're into meteorology.
You have seen them on your gas pump at some point. Like they used to be the meteorologist on the gas pump for a long time before they switched networks. Anyway, I'm on their Facebook and happened to put up a thing. I believe it was last year. This month had 8 more 70 or 80 degree days than we've already had. Like I forgot.
Wild to think about.
It's much colder month.
It's been a far colder month. We've had a weird little snap to the point where I went out the other day and was like, because I switched to like shorts mode a couple weeks ago, like except for this, like shorts. I had a day a couple days ago. I was like, am I gonna have to bring the pants back out?
You're right.
Cover the leggies and put the leggies away.
No, I work overnight. I'm still in heavy jackets at times.
I can imagine right now.
The wind when it gets cold at night and it's misting that rain and there's a little bit of wind, it's really irritating. Like I was fine when it was the middle of winter and I was used to it and I was in my full protective gear. But like I'm not used to it. You brought me back up to 80-degree weather. You got me excited. I laid in my hammock already this year. Don't go back on me.
Is your hammock actually attached to a tree, or is it one of those like hammock stands?
It depends on where I set it up. I could probably set it up on a stand, but
so it's mobile.
Yeah, it's
okay.
It goes down into a bag about this big.
Okay.
And then I quickly go out and set up a line, and then put it between them and hang in the middle of the woods.
Play a Beatles song and sing at the sunset.
No, I just lay and look up at the sky. It's delightful.
You just happen to bring a French baguette and a tomato, and you just sit there by the river.
I used to bring with my little camping stove. I should break out my camping stove setup and cook a meal on this little screen one day. But I would bring ramen and some tuna and do like Asian like teriyaki ramen with Asian noodles, and yeah.
That makes me the one to do the Balkan breakfast. Are you familiar with the Balkan breakfast?
I am not familiar with the Balkan breakfast.
So let's see if we can find. Okay, so the Balkan breakfast literally is just eating vegetables and cheese and meat and peppers, just
they are
raw dogging vegetables. Hold on, we gotta find
raw dogging vegetables.
This guy does it great because he'll grab a whole loaf of bread and he'll just like rip that bread apart with his hands
and put a whole tomato on it. Oh no!
So start ripping a tomato apart, ripping apart a pepper, throwing it all in there. The Balkan breakfast. Apparently, it's just a kind of trendy thing to do, and like I would do that out in nature. That would be amazing. Just go out near like a lake, just hang out, just eat a loaf of bread and just eat a tomato like an apple. Come on.
I don't know. You got to have some salt to sprinkle on it.
He does. You'll see that on that. He'll have a salt shaker. He'll always put salt on the tomato.
You got to have salt on the tomato.
Are you a salt on watermelon guy?
No, not really.
Really?
Now on cantaloupe and stuff like that.
Interesting.
Yeah, cantaloupe, salt and pepper.
Pepper?
Yeah.
On cantaloupe?
It's really good. Mainly salt, but every now and then I'll do like a little light, quick pepper over the. I don't know. I like the whole sweet, savory, hot, spicy, sweet, spicy.
I do notice though, as I get older, I become more and more obsessed with pepper. I'm at the point now where if I eat like a salad, I'll put a little bit of dressing. I don't use as much dressing as I used to as I get older, but then I will just sit there and just.
What's your go-to dressing?
French.
I
like French dressing. French, or when you go to like certain salad bars and they call it Catalina. I don't know if that's different than French or Russian dressing.
Yeah.
But if the one's labeled Catalina, that's really good. I don't know what that is specifically compared to any other dressing, but it's fantastic.
Gotcha.
There's certain places you go to that have, sometimes they call it sweet and sour dressing. It's like a yellowish dressing. It's poppy seed dressing is what it is normally.
Okay.
But like some places will call it sweet and sour dressing. Or have you heard of, do you remember Tasty dressing when you were a kid? Tastee?
I don't think so.
It was like an onion. It was like a poppy seed onion dressing that was in like a bottle. It was the same like the Wishbone salad dressing bottle, but it was just called Tasty. Tastee.
I don't remember any of that.
I will never forget that. Hold on. Now I'm gonna look it up. Tasty dressing.
What else have I been doing? Let's see. The new Bob's Burgers and Family Guy are back. That's awesome for me. Tomorrow we should officially have a date for King of the Hill. They're going to be doing a reveal of it at some event.
That is a show that everyone I know is super excited for.
Right?
Can't find Tasty dressing. Oh, I found
it didn't exist.
A picture of it out of the bottle. So that was the color. It kind of had a honey mustard kind of color to it, but I'm trying to find the packaging so you can see how you would just see it and it just said tasty dressing on it. Yeah, that bit's going there. So anyway, Jesus. He went off about salad dressing for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, and never found the fucking picture he was looking for.
It exists, though. Tasty dressing.
I'm sure. Okay.
So, yeah.
So, I've been... Bob's Burgers is back, which I think is so well written and so funny. Family Guy's back.
Respect, but has never gotten super into. I watched a lot of the first couple of seasons, but then just kind of tuned out.
I understand.
It's good. I admit it's good. It's great for the fans of it.
And let's see. When it comes to gaming, as you've probably seen or noticed from the going live and stuff like that, it's been Sea of Thieves a lot lately.
I've seen you at sea a lot. I've seen you on the boat a lot.
Yeah, there's been a lot of sailing going on, a lot of money being made.
We're at like 10 years of this game, right?
I believe so. When did it come out?
How
Maybe
long
20.
has this game been on?
Oh man, the things they've added now.
Well, you and I played it when it first came out.
Yeah,
and it was garbage. When that game first hit out,
there was very few things to do.
You got in the boat and you rode around the boat, and that was literally it. And hopefully you saw another boat.
Or you hunt for treasure.
That was the one thing. That was like,
or you hunt skeletons.
We would always stop doing that, and then eventually go start messing with people.
Well, no, we're pretty much been doing these pirate legend voyages, which are hunting skeleton heads. But what's nice now is on the island, you will see a hand sticking out of the ground.
Yeah.
You can dig it up and revive it, and it's a skeleton that'll fight beside you.
Okay.
But it's also a skeleton that will carry shit for you.
Oh.
Or it's a skeleton that you can show it a map, and it'll go, all right, come on. And it takes off running, and then it just stands somewhere and goes, ah, and that's where you dig. And so if you're having trouble finding an X on a map, you get one of the skeleton buddies, the Order of the Bone and the Blade, and you show them the map, and...
That's pretty cool. So it kind of helps you in those moments that you're having difficulty with the game, which is always good. I love when games give you that, like, okay, you just want to move forward in the game.
Yeah.
You're not necessarily that good at the puzzle or the solution or the boss. Games like Elden Ring don't give you that.
Right.
Elden Ring says, fuck you.
Right.
You are not
That's what I've heard.
You are not getting past this until you get good enough. And it's just pattern memorization. Whereas a game like Sea of Thieves, it's more, well, I just can't find the exact spot. You and I have gone for like 10 minutes, just like ding, nothing, ding, nothing, ding, nothing, ding, nothing, trying with the shovels.
Right.
So it's good to know that that's there.
There's new challenges. The Hunter's Call has now been put on every single island, and they're its own faction. And they have quests like Bob and I yesterday had to hunt down a raging wild boar. Oh, yeah. There's now wild boars on islands. If you come across some footprints, you might get gored. These boars will run out of the shrubbery at you and run into you. If they hit you twice, they'll take you down.
I would be very excited for that. Like, I was killed by a fucking boar.
You can now have a boar as a pet. There's all different new pets they've added. A lot. More than I thought you could come up with. I was like trying to think, what could you really come up with for pets? I mean, they've got owls and foxes and toucans and boars and pigs, but they've added a hunting spear that you actually like throw like a harpoon, and that'll kill the boar, and then you can turn in its tusks. So we did a boar hunting mission for the Hunter Alliance. There's just all kinds of shit to do. And whatever you're kind of feeling. So yeah, yesterday was a hunting. We went hunting and fishing. We hunter-gathered.
We hunted, we gathered. And then eventually you cook, because you do have to cook in that game. You have to
they've even added a second skillet, a second burner downstairs on the ship. So you can
we got a bigger oven now, baby.
We can cook side by side. You can forget two things on the stove and set your ship on fire.
There you go. There you go.
There's myrrh fruit now that you can eat.
Myrrh fruit?
Myrrh fruit is very interesting. Okay. There are effects of myrrh fruit that you specifically would be into. If you eat it raw, it'll heal you.
Okay.
If you cook it
baby,
first,
I like it raw.
If you cook it first and eat it, it will for a period of time.
That's like that Legend of Zelda shit. Like they did that last Legend of Zelda game.
You got to cook it.
You have to cook foods and cook recipes to accomplish certain goals or up stats.
Well, what this one does is if you eat it, it will no longer summon a mermaid to take you back to your ship. And the good part about that is if you're fucking with people or people are coming into an island and you don't want that mermaid in the water that shows that you're there, you can eat the mer fruit, which doesn't summon the mermaid anymore. And then you can disguise yourself as a barrel or a treasure chest even and sit yourself down and then let them run up to you. And
that's an interesting mechanic I'm seeing.
There's a blowgun dart
nowadays is disguising yourself is like hide, make yourself a tree.
Yeah.
Make yourself a barrel.
Well, what you would like, there's a blowgun now. And one of the 3 darts in the blowgun is a lore dart.
Okay.
So this is the way you and I would use it. I'd say, hey, go hide in that bush over there. There's a ship out there. And we would take the blowgun dart and blow it into the sand. And it puts a shiny on the island that you can't tell what it is until you're standing on it. So from a ship out at sea, they're like, oh, there's a chest. And then they come up there, oh, there's a message in a bottle. And it lures people in.
Oh, that would be fantastic. And what would be great is to have a cannon trained on the spot, right on the spot that it's at. And be off in the distance.
Let me tell you about the Cannon of Rage.
The what?
Now you can come across a portable cannon. And the Cannon of Rage, you can grab up, set up, and fire it. So you can put it, the ways that they showed it in the season announcement was they went on the back of their ship, the back of a galleon, and put it straight facing off the back and were able to shoot backward shots. They put it on the front of the ship. They put it on the land. They put it on the... But the only thing is, you've got to keep a bucket of water with you because this cannon will heat up to the point that it explodes, and you need to douse it every now and then. That's why it's a Cannon of Rage. It'll turn redder and redder as you fire it.
Like it's kind of like a timed thing. Like what was the?
There's the chest that cries and fills up.
That floods the boat.
Yeah, there's a worse one of those now. I think it's called Never Ending. Like there's a chest of Never Ending Sadness where there isn't a delay between the crying. It's always crying. So basically, if you're a single player, you're probably not going to want to move it. I had a second person with me. Bob was his no eye, the pirate, as he calls himself, was with me. He's got a messed up eye, and then he wears an eye patch. So
there you go.
So basically, he bailed water the entire time, and I sailed us in. And but we've been doing a lot of Legends voyages and pirate.
I'm the most problematic person in that game, though. That's the thing. I would just ruin the whole plan. Because I'm just neutral chaos. I'm like, ooh, what's over there? Let me jump in this cannon. You'll be steering the ship and just hear.
Yeah, but we got to get you more focused because now, like, you can make so much money so fast. It's crazy. Yeah.
But I also make terrible for other people.
And builds up.
That's fun to me. Ooh,
well, we'll keep you around
here. Let me climb on it.
We'll keep you around until we find other people. Well, now you can hang off the sides of boats and you can go stealth and duck down and crawl and stuff like that. And you can hang over the edge of the boats and be hidden.
I also did love the battles with like ghost ships. Those are always really fun where you're just riding around, all of a sudden a ghost ship pops up
we had a battle. We had that happen the other day now. Yeah, a double. I haven't seen a Kraken in a long time. I haven't seen a Megalodon in a long time. They're out there. That's what I like about it is I've played all this week and haven't seen one of them. But it'll come up out of nowhere all of a sudden. The other day, 2 ghost ships, one on the left, one on the right, came up on us. That was intense. That's what I love about that game. Each time is a new story, and you never know what it's going to be. And what's nice now is that we're in a guild. You can keep track. I can look back at the days in the history, like, oh, we made 98,000 that day. Oh, we were 5 days at sea. We made this much. It actually keeps a log and a running tally of what you've done and the story of your guild and stuff like that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
That's pretty cool. I need to zero in on a few more games.
That's why I asked you how you spelled booty earlier, because we did make the guild, which you named it the Booty Boys.
Oh, what a great name!
And it's got 2 pirates toasting tankards on the crest.
What a great name! But I need to zero in on some games because I've been playing Split Fiction.
Okay. You got to be almost to the end of that.
No, because it's difficult.
Oh,
that's the thing about this game, and it's not difficult because it's not like one of us is always kind of having a hard time.
Gotcha.
Not just one person. We kind of pass that torch back and forth. Like there will be moments where one of us is like, I can't figure out my part, and then the other person we're like trying to help them and get them.
And I'm sure the game is designed that way that it's harder on each one each time.
Some you'll have certain things happen where you'll totally notice like one of us has a way harder job than the other right now.
Gotcha.
But then you'll like go past that, and a couple minutes later you'll switch. Someone will have an easy thing, and the other person will have to. So it's really good that way. The stories have been cool, but honestly, we've been really trying to dive into the side stories. As I said, like it's about 2 authors, and eventually you dive into the side stories, which are other stories they've written.
Oh, it's not just one linear story.
There's a linear story of the 2 writers. Like they have a story that you're watching them live out. They bounce between a bunch of their books that they write, but also you'll stumble across ones that you don't have to complete, but they're like side missions.
Okay.
So like, and those are the ones that get they're either insanely hard. There's one where it's a sci-fi book, a sci-fi story. The sun's exploding. So the sun is sending out these waves of radiation that just vaporize everything. You have to run between these lead shields.
Okay.
As it's exploding in these different pulse patterns, and you have to like jump together, but you don't have solid ground. You have to jump on these platforms. And then also you have these guns that you have to fire to open portals. Each person has a different color. So you have to jump, red has to hit their portal. Both jump through it before it closes again. Jump, blue or red. And then back and forth while the things are firing. And you're trying to avoid this like radiation from the sun.
Okay.
So, like, that's one we did not complete. We jumped out of that. We're like, we'll come back to this. But then there's ones that are just silly, goofy games that don't require a lot of skill and a lot of difficulty.
Right.
That you just get to have fun in. So it's a very diverse game. I love the innovation put into it. We just played a part that switched to 2D for a decent amount of time. So it was a 2D video game for a little while, and then switched back into the normal format. That was a lot of fun.
I love stuff like that.
And the story is really good. The story of It Takes Two is kind of heart-wrenching. No, the story of It Takes Two is kind of heart-wrenching. That's kind of like a more intense, dramatic story.
Gotcha.
This feels like a fun roller coaster action kind of story.
Okay.
It's got some gravity to it, but it's a lot more fun. But the game kind of makes up for that and counterbalances that with difficulty.
Okay. I'll have to check it out.
Can't recommend enough. Aside from that, I've been trying to pick up a few other like sports games. I've been jumping back into college football because they just announced the 26 is getting ready to come out in a few months. I think I'm off Madden and I'm on college football now.
Yeah, but I think that's a game you don't need to buy every year.
Yeah, not every year. I think I'm going to try this one, and if this one's not a giant leap forward in a direction, I'll probably just sit on this one for a while.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I feel like we just got the other one. The only thing they could really change that would really make me happy is make that Dynasty cross-platform.
Yeah. Cross-platform would be the biggest step forward.
You can cross-platform Exhibition, but you can't cross-platform an online Dynasty. Bullshit. There's a way to do it. I mean, there's got to be a way. I did see that was just announced, and it's coming soon, like July 10th.
What would also be cool is a mode like how there's Road to Glory, which is like you're one player living out that life. it would be cool to have multiple people in like the same universes. Like maybe we are two different players at the same school or two different players at rival schools.
Oh, gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like, I think that would be cool. It'd be probably easier to do the same school because then the timing would be like, okay, we play together and do it and then like play through all the games. Because I don't know how much of Road to Glory did you play?
On this one, none. On the old ones, I used to.
Are you familiar with the mode then where you play the game, you do the training, but also you do like media appearances, and then, like, you become a big star on campus and all these kind of things.
Yeah.
To try to build all those stat levels. That was the mode I gravitated towards the most. I was a star wide receiver for the University of Kentucky. Well, no. I was a star wide receiver who started out at Notre Dame.
Okay.
Went to North Carolina for 1 year. And then finished out at the University of Kentucky.
You have no allegiance.
I was having fun and just trying out different programs. I just wanted to try different programs out and see what worked. And then once I locked in on UK, I was like, let's go, baby. We got the championships. Now I'm going to go back and start another.
I think you should give hockey a chance again. I mean, it's come to EA
I still
Game
love hockey, but I feel like as I play more, there's like the mechanics of hockey. It's fun. It's a fun game. Yeah. But I can play about one game and then I need to switch to another video game.
Gotcha.
As it were. I could play game after game after game of football. I feel
really?
like
I see. I'm the other way around. I can do one football, and then it's
you don't like the
way
length.
Too long.
Yeah,
I don't. Think
baseball's the same way though. Like to play a game of like baseball, a full length baseball game, is like an hour and a half.
It can be a pain.
Yeah, that's like 90 minutes of like video baseball. But if you have that perfect game of like the show, it's a blast. That's another one that was a lot of fun to do the career. I'm going to call it career mode. I forget what they call it in the show, but where you're a player living in the league. That mode was a lot of fun to do as well because you get to move, you get bounced between, like you get sent down to,
and
like,
the games are much faster when you're just doing a baseball player's moments in a game.
You're just doing your at bats, and then if you know your outfield moments, you know your field, you know all those different moments.
Yeah, they'll simulate those moments.
Yeah, which makes it a lot of fun, but also it's fun to live that life of you get sent down here, and then you got to work your way back up to the MLB.
Right.
You know, like I think I got sent to like the Louisville Bats at a certain point, and then you have to win so many, and have such a good average. Work your way back up and get welcomed back up to the league, and then all of a sudden you get traded to Arizona, and you're like, oh wait, what happened? They sent me over here? Okay. So nice. Baseball's funny like that.
Nice. You done with your whiskey, it looks like?
Yep.
Because I finished mine. I think I am ready for a beer. I have something I need to try and eat at some point.
I have a surprising beer of the week.
You have a surprising beer of the week. Surprising. Okay. I'm intrigued.
I've been on the funniest swing, and the funniest like thing that I've been hooked on has been my favorite drink. Are you ready for this?
Okay.
Almost dropped it, but we got it.
Happy Dad hard seltzer.
Happy Dad seltzers, dude. This is their pineapple. These are so good. These are fantastic. They're light, refreshing, a little bit of fruit, not a lot of sweetness. It's like drinking a soda water, but it's got a little bit of booze. I mean, of course, there's been White Claws and all these things for a very long time, but I never picked those up and got super into them. This particular brand, especially the pineapple and the lemon lime, these are fantastic.
I like High Noons. White Claws, I felt like they were just missing a little bit of, there needed to be a little more flavor to it. It just felt a little bit.
Yeah, that's good.
Like, I think somebody once described it as trying to drink a strawberry through a screen or through static or something like that.
Yeah, that's the thing. This doesn't have that super small fizzy bubble texture like a White Claw. This honestly has more of the carbonation bubble feel of like a Sprite. Not even a Sprite. Like, it's not super carbonated. It's just carbonated enough.
Gotcha. See, I, the other day, actually, and it's kind of funny, went into, this was 2 weeks ago when I picked up the little bottle of Woodford. I had gone into a liquor store and there was a rep there with a table and with some samples. I'm like, this person's going to talk to me. And because there's just sometimes,
yeah,
and I don't want to be talked to. So I walked by the first time and they didn't say a thing. They were talking to somebody. I'm like, sweet, that's perfect. So I grab a pack of High Noon that I'm going to be having, and I grab this, and they saw the High Noon and went, "Oh, I have a seltzer here for you." Blah 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 blah. And what was interesting about it was a non-carbonated, and they didn't tell me that until after I drank it, and I thought it was like very flat, but it was a non-carbonated seltzer. Like
I've had a few of those. There's mom water and like dad water that have like no carbonation.
Yeah,
they're kind of that similar product. Those are okay. Have you seen? I've never had them. I've seen now there's like carbonated like sports drinks.
No, I haven't.
Like it looks like Gatorade, but it's boozy. Yeah.
I've got the Grolsch glass.
The Grolsch glass. What a fun word to say. The Grolsch glass.
Grolsch glass. And I've got a beer from Blue Ash, Ohio.
Blue Ash, Ohio. Sonder? No.
Think of a guitar.
Oh, fretboard.
From fretboard, we're gonna have.
It's not gonna be the Bootsy, is it?
It is not the Bootsy, but if it gives you a hint, there are boots on the can.
Is it the Strawberry Blonde?
This would be Reba, the Strawberry Blonde from Fretboard.
Boom! Reba!
Which I would assume, and I don't know who else it would be named for. Wow, what a great color.
Reba McEntire. She's a Strawberry Blonde. One day we're going to make a mega cut of all the times we guess each other's beer properly.
There you go. We should.
That's a great color.
That's what I'm saying too.
Rosé, pinkish hue to it. That is.
It's almost like a bubbly rosé.
That's a good mug because you can see that nice circular bubblage coming out of the middle of it.
It smells strawberry.
This pineapple Happy Dad is fantastic.
That's pretty good.
Good.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I'll pour some more in there.
So I'm watching some old wrestling right now. I've got it up here on the screen. Ricochet against He Who Shall Not Be Named. In NXT.
On. Let me think. Oh, I know exactly who that is. And I'll tell you what. One of my favorite Ricochet moments I've ever seen in my life happened during that feud.
The flip out of the ring.
The flip out of the ring.
Flat-footed on the floor.
Yeah.
Right in front of this individual.
Where that individual said, "I can do anything you can do," and he does a front flip
and
from the inside
Ricochet
of the ring,
did something
the
he
outside of the ring.
He cannot do.
Landed it and said, "Show me," and it was one of the most badass moments I've ever seen.
You know what sucks the most, though?
What's that?
If this dude if He Who Shall Not Be Named wouldn't have fucked up and been such done what he did, he was good.
Supposedly he's coming back, or he's going to ruin wrestling, or he's been making stupid comments.
He had really good matches, and it was in part of really cool moments. And that character, people liked the character.
Yeah.
It just sucks that the person did that, but anyway.
I've
been watching a lot of wrestling this week as well, though. Raw has been killing it. I catch SmackDown in clips. Raw has been killing it. I love this group with Paul Heyman, Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, and now Bronson Reed.
I love the addition of Bronson Reed. I didn't see it coming, but it's awesome and makes sense. And I love the justifying of it.
Heyman's explanation that this is the man who could do this to Seth, so he's going to be with us now.
He destroyed him in one night. In one night, he did to Seth what nobody else could. And like, what a great, like, he's a badass. We're bringing him into our side. And
it's being put together so well. You've got Seth as the leader.
I saw a funny description though, that it was it looks like a strip club owner with his bodyguards and his accountant.
I 100% buy that because like they all are just wearing just greasy, cheesy looking suits, bad sunglasses, and then like
Braun Breaker definitely looks like he's been out working on his F-150 in those sunglasses.
Buddy,
he's got those just wraparound shades.
Buddy went to the spray tan section and looked at all the color options and just said hot dog, and just grabbed the one that just said hot dog and just went. He is okay. He's terrifying. The man would eat my throat out of my body.
Oh, absolutely.
But he's orange right now. He is tan. He is spray tan. He is like the Miz was that kind of level of spray tan back when the Miz was at the top of like D-bag, like Mizdom. And Braun's got that tattoo, which I
no, there was a hilarious meme where it was I forgot what it was, but it was Heyman and Braun backstage looking off into the distance, and both of them you can see a line from the spray tan that's really bad. Yeah. And it was that face you make when spray tans are 2 for 1.
Man.
and it was so funny.
And but other than that, the WWE's been fantastic. I love the storylines they're doing. I'll be honest with you, Logan Paul is becoming a great heel, a great character on the show. I love Jey Uso. I can't get enough Yeet. It's not my favorite match to watch, but the Yeet and the way the fans love it, I think that's good.
My favorite thing is when they do the one more time and he's like, okay, and one more time. And
they made Penta a star.
Yeah,
they made Penta the biggest star, and I love it.
I'm sick of seeing these things that we don't get to see in the United States that the other countries get to see, where we get these Netflix commercial breaks and they are getting these moments where they're interviewing wrestlers and giving people promos and they're doing backstage segments and stuff like that. This is where Karrion Kross is getting a lot of his moments, and like to hear
Karrion Kross is getting himself over in such an amazing way, and
I hope it pays off.
I would love to see him get what he deserves, because that dude's awesome. That dude is so good at what he does. So good at what he does.
I don't know why he would have done it or whatever, but maybe it was just a tribute to the guys when they got released. But did you see the thing when the Righteous got released? There was this video of him just Karrion Kross sitting there kind of looking out a window, and he just starts snapping his fingers like Vincent. And can you picture the Righteous alongside of Karrion Kross?
I think they'd be great, because they got rid of the one tag team,
AOP,
Occam and Razor.
Yeah.
And
what a great name, Occam's Razor.
Right? Occam and Razor.
Whoever thought about that one day went, I got it. Occam and Razor.
Occam and Razor.
Yeah.
And you know, there was somebody right next to him that didn't get it. Like the first person they told probably was like, those are cool names, but didn't get the reference.
Right.
And they probably told a couple other people, and somebody was like, oh, that's cool, Occam's Razor. And he was like, what? What is that? What? But I think the Righteous would be great in that spot. But also, I really want to point out how everything I think in WWE, almost everything in WWE is firing on all cylinders. Even this like heel New Day is great. Thank God for the New Day. Like this weird, arrogant.
Let me tell you what I love the most.
Fantastic. The promo where they're just getting rubbed from like hands off camera.
I didn't see that one, but the thing that I love is if you watch them come to the ring, Xavier Woods will always pick out a child and try to make a child cry. I'm pretty sure he's just being asshole to children. Like that's what Xavier Woods' role right now.
You got to think
play video games, be asshole to children.
How much fun is it probably now?
And the new theme song, the New Day. Yeah.
After like all the Bootios and the unicorns and the colors and the cartoony stuff, and just being baby faces for almost a decade and being these cartoon characters, it's probably a lot of fun.
Oh, I'm sure.
Right now it's probably a lot of like art, like creative fun for those guys, and good for them. I hope there's a payoff one day with Big E, whether it's Big E shutting them down, or maybe Big E turns heel and becomes like a heel commentator who backs the New Day.
I almost wondered, like, you almost put that minister in him again. Oh Lord, and he's like preaching the gospel of those two. But it's probably going to be better when he makes them lose the title somehow.
There's been so much positive motion on Monday Night Raw. SmackDown. I never have anything negative to say about SmackDown. SmackDown. It does what it does. It gets it. Cool matches, great shows. That's where they have.
I'll tell you what, SmackDown is the best
doing what Jacob Fatu's doing,
and the best tag team division in all of wrestling. I 100%
Motor City Machine Guns. How weird is it to keep seeing them come out?
Right.
WWE.
The way that Friday Night SmackDown tag team division is used and treated, it's so good. DIY, the
Street
Profits. Motor City Machine Guns. I think you got Angel and Berto.
Do you think they're gonna miss the Hurt Syndicate or Hurt Business?
I don't know. If they haven't by now, they're good.
I would love to see them come back, especially if Hurt Syndicate comes back to be Hurt Business. The one thing I hope they do is bring that new song. We hurt people. We hurt people. We hurt people. That's a good entrance song. That's one of the only things on AEW even worth watching. I watched a lot of that AEW clips, this week.
Yeah,
but that show is
the only one I saw that really bothered me. I didn't watch too many clips, to be honest with you. I don't really watch a lot. I just decided that I'm gonna come back the day that the title comes out.
It comes off of Jon Moxley.
And it comes off of Jon
Moxley. The day they take the belt off Jon Moxley.
As weird as that is to say, because I'm a huge Moxley fan, but I love Jon Moxley.
I've rooted for Jon Moxley most of his career.
Yeah,
I rooted for Dean Ambrose the entire time he was in WWE. He was always in like my top 5. He was awesome. I love Dean Ambrose. I love.
He's a guy who cut a promo saying he was going to bury bodies along Beachmont Avenue. Come on,
but now it's become it's a weird character. Like the storyline it's been going on so long without a purpose that I'm just what are we doing? Like I've never liked wrestlers but hated what they've done so much.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I like every dude in that group. I was a big Wheeler Yuta fan when he first got in there, but this thing is unwatchable.
I saw highlights from Megan Bain, Penelope Ford, and Harley Cameron, and
I saw a little bit of that. They're really trying to put over that butt spot.
They're just hurting their women. Harley Cameron broke her nose. Yeah. Anna Jay went firing off of some steel. I heard some people saying one of the women was reckless. I don't know. I'm not going to throw anyone under that Nia Jax bus, even though Nia Jax has become really good all of a sudden.
They brought in the Thekla.
Did you see her Did you see her do the spider move? I will give her credit for this. That's an impressively fast spider move.
Here's the thing, though, and here's what I'll say. I don't care about the women that work there. You can't keep just bringing in people.
She's apparently Julia's girl, but they got the WWE got the right ones from Stardom.
WWE got all the right people, like
their women's
Stephanie McCour, the Julia. Mariah
Jordan
May
Grace
is going there, from what I understand. Jordan Grace. I mean,
Mariah
they're going to do it right.
Do
you know who I wish they would sign?
Who?
Julia Hart.
Yeah,
there is a lot of talent there. She's cool. If they could get her,
she was great with Aleister and them.
See, I hope what Aleister Black is able to. I hope that now that Aleister Black is in WWE, I hope he's able to help pull off bringing Buddy Lee back and bringing Brody King over. I think Brody King in NXT would be he would be what Big Van Vader was to Japan.
Yeah.
Like he would be that. He could be that monster.
Well, that's kind of what Obafemi's been. Have you seen the new guy?
Obafemi's too polished. I 100% agree with you. But the thing about having like a Brody King is you've got like this like rough around the edges kind of dirty monster, as opposed to Obafemi, who's like that dude. Like I look at that dude, I'm like I'm not adequate as a man. When I look at Obafemi, I'm like I'm not a man.
Did you see this? Did you see the guy who attacked him that won LFG? They immediately put that dude into a story.
They
What's
gave
his
him a great
name?
Intro, Jasper Troy. They gave
Jasper
him a great
Troy.
entrance theme. I watched him.
Those
have a
chains.
match.
He's just like the chains clinking. Yeah,
great stuff.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the thing. Look at what they do. Look at what they do. They take a dude from a TV show and give him a badass entrance.
He wasn't a TV show.
LFG was a TV show. I could say it's a reality show.
No, I'm saying what they did was they took a football player and got him to cut 30 pounds, a guy who wanted to be in the business. And like, apparently his dedication was he was able to shed 30 pounds like it was nothing and did everything they needed. I haven't watched LFG. I need to, but apparently the promo week he got up and got in CM Punk's face and cut a promo for Punk. And it was really good. And I need to check the show out. I never checked it out.
It's wild that we're in a world where CM Punk is like the elder statesman of WWE again.
Yeah, right.
He's like the old man that people look up to, and it's wonderful. I would love to see what's the alternate reality, the alternate world where Jack Perry didn't do the glass thing. He didn't mouth off to Punk on national television.
And Punk is still over there in AEW.
And that backstage altercation didn't happen. I still don't think he would have stayed.
Maybe not.
I think eventually he would have moved into like a backstage role. I honestly think if he would have stayed there, he would have stopped having matches and eventually just been backstage Punk, which would have been awful. He probably wouldn't have dug it, and it wouldn't have been fun to watch. It eventually wasn't for him, and to see what happens now in WWE, it's like, wow, that's what you could have had. And the problem I have with AEW, and going back to, I watched a lot of their clips this week. The people they're putting at the head of the pack, I will 100% agree that Will Ospreay has had a ton of amazing matches. He knows how to have good matches. They have not done good things with Will Ospreay.
Yeah,
they haven't. Like, he won, what did he just win, the Owen or something like that?
No, he lost it, I think, to Hangman.
Who cares?
I think he lost it to Hangman. And I think supposedly there was a big story. Hangman wanted to put Ospreay over. Ospreay wanted to put Hangman over. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know.
So now they're doing this storyline where Hangman's going for the world title. He wants to take it off of Moxley. Swerve is convinced that Hangman cost him his title match because the Young Bucks said that they kicked Swerve in the face because Hangman's their friend. Hangman swears that didn't happen. Will Ospreay is coming out trying to be the peacemaker. Like, we all have to work together. He literally says, we only have one shot to do this, one shot to take the belt off of Moxley.
How do you only have one shot?
No, dude, they're ripping off the fucking Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes storyline from 2 years ago, where they literally just on Wednesday did the thing where it looked like it looked like Cody, Seth, and Kevin Owens all standing in the ring together. Like, we only get one shot to take down Roman Reigns. They're trying to do the exact same thing with Jon Moxley. The problem is Moxley's not the level of Roman.
Yeah.
At all. If that was their goal, was to try to make a Roman Reigns style reign with Jon Moxley, I didn't notice that. I missed that entire part if that was their goal.
I don't know what their goal was with that storyline. Like I said, I checked out.
It's hard to watch. They're not even doing original things, and I don't care about who anybody is.
The biggest news this week, though, in wrestling that we'll cover real quick, probably was one of the most shocking or unpredictable episodes of NXT I've ever seen.
This week's NXT proves that anything can happen in pro wrestling.
Yeah, right.
You cannot sit there and go, I know how the show's going to happen, because they'll throw 2 title changes at you in one night that you would not have called.
I never would have called Stephanie McMahon.
Never in 1,000
And then I never would have called it after Ricky already lost his. And then they still did a double title.
Nothing against her, but I did not sit here and say, Jacy Jayne's got a good chance to win the title off of Stephanie McMahon tonight.
I 100%
would not have said that. And you know what? I'm sorry. Yeah. That's me being a stupid mark, because I was sat here and thought I knew, like, that can't happen. That's not okay. I'm watching this just to watch Stephanie McMahon win. Nope.
No, you're right.
And then the same night that Ricky Saints gets rolled up by Ethan Page.
Yeah.
So
did you see the, what do they call it? The twisted grin. His twisted fate, a twist of fate is called the twisted grin.
Yeah.
Did you see the spot on the chair outside the ring with the legs pointed upward? That looked so bad. That was so good. So well done. Bravo with the chair on that one, because that looked so good.
Now in this match, in this old NXT, we've got Nikki Cross versus Shayna Baszler.
Nice.
And Nikki Cross is doing that thing where Shayna Baszler is kicking her in the face, knocking her down, and she's like happy. She's like clapping. She's like, do it again, do it again. Nikki Cross used to be awesome. Well, she probably still is. But okay, I loved that.
Watching her as that crawling around Sister Abigail, she's really embodied that and likes that.
They just brought that back too. They just brought that back like last week.
That was the highlight for me. Oh, did you? I mean, that got emotional. Did you see what the birthday cake?
My life for you, and all that.
Yeah. My favorite part about that whole thing, though, was Montez Ford. Did you see Montez Ford the minute that the lights came on?
And then
he goes, ah! And then they attack him. And then Dexter Lumis attacks him.
I'm going to sound... Okay, however people think I sound for saying this is perfectly fine. I hope there's a payoff on that where they eventually stop making it about Bray. Like at a certain point, like eventually that storyline, they eventually have to hit like he's redeemed, or like Uncle Howdy's redeemed, or he's accomplished his mission or something like that. So that way eventually they become the stars and they become the important characters.
Yeah.
Like, so we could focus on them. Like,
well, they needed to come back
right away.
Oh, I'm thinking they needed to come back.
Yeah.
And his birthday was coming up. Let's do
100%.
The birthday thing. Boom.
100%.
And now let's go forward with it and see what happens. I think Alexa's still going to be involved.
They need to take what I think they should do is take the old Ultimate Warrior, the Warrior Award they used to give away.
Yeah.
Make it the Bray Wyatt, like something like that. Like make it the Wyndham Award or some shit like that. I 100% think he is a once in a lifetime talent that was gone too soon, and we never got to see his ultimate, like the story he was going to tell us, and that really fucking sucks.
Yeah.
So I do agree. Honor that dude forever. But like, I think you make like a thing that we do every year to go like, hey, remember Wyndham. Right. So that way, like, Bo Dallas was cool. Like that dude's a good wrestler. Like let that dude be that.
Yeah.
Like eventually take the Uncle Howdy mask off. Even just still call him Uncle Howdy. But like let that guy be that guy.
Right.
Because you've noticed they're taking the masks off of most of them now.
For the most part, yeah. Except for when they come to the ring. But I
like that. I think you eventually need to start
Gacy looks like a madman. Loomis looks awesome. There's something about Dexter Loomis with dreads. The dreads. Like, the dude looks awesome. The dreads
work. But I think you need to start like transitioning them a little bit out of the masks, so they just like all those people look unique enough and crazy enough on their own.
Right.
There's one person I keep saying I wish they could have put in that group. Eric Young. I think Eric Young would have been fantastic. Like I would not have removed anybody.
Yeah.
But then you could have also actually called it the Wyatt Six.
I think Alexa's the sixth. Although I, in my opinion, always felt that Bray was the sixth. And Lantern was the sixth.
But I feel like it would have made sense to actually have 6 people, because then you could have like a world champion, a tag team, a couple wild cards, and a female.
Yeah.
So
I could see that.
But also I say all that to say everything they're doing is great. I like it. I'm eager to see where it goes. I hope the Wyatt's coming back, because they also did something with Alexa where, like you said, it looks like she's becoming part of that storyline again. Well,
she was sitting there and Charlotte came across her talking to Lily about how you need to have friends and stuff like that. And that gets me intrigued. What I will say also that I'm excited about is some of the matches they've created for not only the women that are going to be in Money in the Bank. I mean, man, the Money in the Bank matches are looking to start. They're shaping up to be awesome. Rhea's in her first. Julia's in one. Roxanne Perez is in one.
Well, and then we've also got Worlds Collide, where we're going to see
Worlds Collide. That's what I wanted to talk about.
Combo
That's what I wanted to talk about. Let's talk about, like, Chad Gable can wrestle anybody and be great, but we're going to get Chad Gable and Vikingo. Like, holy crap. But then the one that really gets me is that Fatal 4-Way with Ethan Page, Javon Evans, Laredo Kid, and Ray Phoenix. Come on.
They put and here's the thing. They already had him on SmackDown, but just like I said, Ray Phoenix with the NXT crew, man.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Right.
Him and that Javon Evans kid are going to be flipping around, flying around.
That kid, I don't understand how he gets the hops that he gets.
Wonderful.
His whole expression, that motto, "Your boy is bouncy." No shit. Like,
but
how
also,
does he get the hops that he gets?
Here's what I'll say.
And Montez Ford go off the top together.
Ethan Page is just going to get the shit kicked. Like, he's going
to get the shit kicked out of him. He's going to win that match.
But he's good. I have a feeling he's like, I'm gonna get landed on a lot.
Yeah,
like a lot of dudes are gonna jump on me over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. But like you said, it's
my favorite thing about my favorite thing about Ethan Page is, like, do you remember how he won the title? It's one of my favorite ways that anybody has won a title in recent memory. When he won it in NXT, like, he got hit with the trick shot.
Didn't he get hit and land on somebody?
Yeah, he went unconscious getting hit with somebody's move and fell on the body of someone else, and he got woken up with the title in his hands and was shot. Like, I love Ethan Page.
He's someone that I'm lucky to say I've been watching for a very long time, and it's super cool to see how far he's gone.
Well, I remember the old show we used to do. We had some wrestlers we interviewed and stuff like that, and you would bring up people to me that I hadn't heard of yet. Ethan Page was one of them. Mm-hmm. I remember another one. You brought up Jack Perry before I had heard of Jack Perry, and he was with Space Monkey at the time or something.
Punishment Martinez.
Oh man, Punishment Martinez.
Martinez, man, he was one of the greatest Ring of Honor stars they ever had.
That night that I saw him, I said, that dude's going to be somebody. Like, I never remember.
We went to so many Ring of Honor shows, and he was always in a really cool match. At some point in that show, you knew whatever
there was
match
an aura about this dude when he walked out. For those of you that don't know, if you don't, man, Punishment Martinez is now called Damian Priest in WWE. But what a bad name, Punishment Martinez.
I disagree. I love old school wrestling names like that, like Basher Johnson, Punishment Martinez, like Giant Gonzalez. Like, I love those style of names. I think those style of names in wrestling are fantastic. I loved Punishment Martinez. That's what made it so cool when he was in the Judgment Day under Edge. When Edge started calling him the Punisher, I was just like, let's go.
He's the punishment of the
What
did you hear? And this is just a quick little side note. It came out this week. I don't know if it's rumors or whatever, or just the wrestling rumors, but there was a plan that JC Mateo's name was actually going to be JC Matanza. There was a brief period where they were thinking about naming him JC Matanza as a tribute to his time in Lucha Underground.
I would have flipped the table over. and then just randomly, like the first night, just have him walk in like a jumpsuit. Like a nice jumpsuit, like get like a fancy
nice jumpsuit.
Well, I mean, there's some like fancy like hip hop clothing designer that probably makes like a fancy jumpsuit. Like get some cool Seth Rollins-y looking jumpsuit, and just to nod to like the character,
right?
Man, or long hair with a Bane style mask on, and just have him take it off when he comes out to the ring, and have him set it down before he walks to the ring. They should have let me do this. They should have let me design this character.
I saw some clips from MLW back in the day of Fatu and they've done this. They're gonna run this back in WWE, and it's gonna be awesome. I can't wait.
This is gonna be like, they're gonna have to do Hell in the Cell.
Those two,
or like tables, ladders. Like, they're gonna have to do like a fucked up match.
Yeah,
like, they're gonna have one of those matches that's have all of our jaws on the ground, just going like, what did we just see?
I got something weird here.
Okay.
It's extra weird because I made it extra weird.
Uh-oh.
Bob ordered a box of snacks from Japan.
Okay.
And brought me a wasabi Kit Kat.
So is the coating wasabi?
I don't know.
Is the layer because there's okay.
So let me tell you what happened. Today I sat it on the computer so we could talk about it and I could eat it. It melted completely. So I threw it in the freezer. I got it out of the freezer when I went to get my beer before the show started. So what we have here is a specialty wasabi Kit Kat from Japan that has been melted, refrozen, and is now back to almost room temperature. And I'm gonna try it out.
Is that your shot? Is that instead of a shot?
No, that's not my shot. I'm just very. Oh my god!
Smell it. Get a smell.
It just looks like fucking toothpaste.
Get a smell. Does it smell like wasabi?
No, it smells like really good chocolate.
I wonder. I bet the wasabi's because okay. I think I know my Kit Kat anatomy pretty well. You've got wafer layers, and in between those layers, there's like a little cream, and that is all wrapped in chocolate. So I would think that the cream in between is probably the wasabi cream. I doubt they wrap the whole thing in wasabi. Just bite it. Just go for it, dog. Chocolate and wasabi. Is it not wasabi?
You don't really get wasabi. You don't get hot, spicy, earthy. Is this matcha maybe? I don't know. It's not. I won't lie. It's not bad.
Hold up the package again.
Let me try to put it back together.
Nope. Let me try to look that one up. That's not the normal matcha one. Kit Kat. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Japanese Kit Kat. That is the. Oh, hold on. I think I found it.
Almost looks like lettuce to the side, or not lettuce.
Is it green tea?
Could it be green tea?
So, like, the only ones I find that have close to a label like that don't have the little white part in the middle of the label. I feel like that's matcha or green tea. Oh, wait, there. Hold on. No. So they also make butter, roasted green tea. There is a wasabi, but hold on. Hold that package up again.
All right.
I'm trying to figure out if this symbol is the same. Let me see the writing. Oh, no. Hold on. That's the same. Hold on. Oh, I figured it out. I Batmaned it, dude. Hold on.
You Batmaned it? Oh, wait.
You are eating.
What am I eating? Help me know what I'm eating.
I found the symbol a second ago. Okay.
These squiggly lines match these squiggly lines.
Yeah. Look at that symbol. Look at those characters on the label, and then look at the characters on yours. Those match, right?
God damn it, they 100% do.
Okay. So that
they do. They really, really do.
Article 100%. That is the. Let me find out which one it is. Butter.
That's butter? No, it can't be. It might be.
It's either butter, roasted green tea, or wasabi.
It's interesting. It could be butter, but it's sweeter. Like, I'm expecting it to be gross, but I don't think I should be expecting it to be. It's delicious. I mean, it's better than normal Kit Kats that I've had, honestly.
So we don't know what Brendan ate.
Bravo. Story.
Although the people, they do say that the wasabi isn't even that much of a wasabi. It tastes close to wasabi ice cream, which is a thing.
Is wasabi ice cream a thing? Jesus.
I mean, I could bet it's probably a little bit of wasabi and like vanilla. I could see that working for certain people. You like a little bit of weird spiciness in there.
It's not terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's I don't really get Kit Kats a lot. Do you have a candy bar go-to? Like, I don't like chocolate, but I will.
I'm not the biggest chocolate person either.
I'm not a chocolate fan, but I'll tell you what, there's one candy bar I'll get, and it will satisfy. It gets me there. Snickers. I love a Snickers. I don't like a Milky Way. I don't like a Butterfinger. I don't like the other ones. Something about a Snickers bar. And back in the day when I was younger, they had a peanut butter Snickers that was really good too.
See, I like Cowtails.
What's that? Oh, I know.
The caramel with the cream.
Yeah.
Especially because they make different ones. There's like brownie Cowtails, there's like strawberry Cowtails. I would say of like the major candy bars, actually probably Kit Kat, because I like the wafer part of it.
Yeah.
Reese. There's always a lot of Reese cups in my house. My wife loves Reese cups. Like, well, not loves. She likes peanut butter. So like, there's usually some Reese cups in the house. Yeah, probably Kit Kats. You want to do a shot?
Yeah, let's do a shot.
So I'm gonna do
we messed up
because I do not have any airplane bottles today. What do you mean we messed up?
That's funny you say that. We were going to meet up this week and go get airplane bottles, remember?
Yep, we were, but we didn't.
So I don't have any either, and that's what I was going to say. But what I do have...
All right, just shoot it out of the bottle. Let's go.
No, I'm not shooting it out of the bottle. I have a very special... What do you think this shot glass is?
Oh, wow, there's two He Who Shall Not Be Named on this show.
Hey.
Was that your nickname in high school? Oh, that's cool.
All right, little Beetlejuice shot glass is what I'm going to be doing my shot of Catila. So yeah, I'm going to be streaming some more pirating this week. I really think you should pirate with me soon. I'd love to show you the new stuff in the game. You should come out with us. That's not a shot. That's a half a shot. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I shouldn't do that to you. I need a chaser.
Here we go. I'm chasing it with my seltzer.
You chasing it with what?
This Happy Dad. All right. Here's a shot. We're going to finish the show. Oh. That's a big shot now.
I just got a little bit of beer on my Xbox controller. That's annoying.
All
right. Until next week, thank you all for tuning in. Let's do our shot. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers, bud.
Yummy.
Dance it out. Yeah, dance it out. Oh.
That would hit you hard.
Woo.
125, man.
125. That's a party.
You set that on fire.
That's a party.